Good morning, everybody. This is Big Chonas. It is Saturday, June 30th, last day of the month. We're going to take a look at some Bitcoin. Remember, you guys can follow me on Twitter. I am at Big Chonas. So we have the 1 hour chart here, and I've kind of drawn my channel a little different based on where we topped off yesterday in our nice bullish move. I kind of see this area here as kind of that bear trap where we actually broke our channel that was set up by this wick, and then confirmed by our most recent wick. And then this is our trend angle here for our down, and then we actually broke it, and this is where people were probably thinking that Bitcoin was continue to go lower into the 5,000s. With these nasty wicks, we were able to hold, and then boom, we shot up and we shot up again, and then there's our resistance line here. So this diagonal uptrend line we have here is going to remain as very strong resistance if the price wants to kind of tackle it again and try and shoot above it again. We see how wide our Bollinger are currently. This is the top one here, and this is the bottom one down there. Now you see how the bottom one is racing to come up. The top one is just about to turn over and come down. The longer we can go sideways in our price, these bands will tighten. And these are really wide right now. So we see other circumstance back here when we had almost an equally wide Bollinger, and then it took several candles, several hours, almost 22nd through 24th, almost a third, almost a full day for those Bollingers to tighten up, and then sure enough that led to the next move. So because how wide these are, I see many more hours of some sideways, if not slightly down, price action until we can tighten up here. Look at the hourly RSI, and we are still holding a very bullish hourly RSI here. You see how low we were. You see now how high we are. We're above that 70 area there. It's always a very important area to kind of get a sense of market breadth and strength. So right now we're pretty healthy high here. I wouldn't say we're overextended too much because we're kind of holding this up here. We might find support at the 70. We might come down, and that will be an area where I want to test additional support, maybe somewhere about right here, which was previous resistance. Then we shot up through it around 64 on the RSI, and we see other areas in time where this was basically a very effective resistance area. So we'll keep an eye on that. And we see our stock basically resetting pretty fast here. I would be surprised if the red line would keep coming down lower, bottoming, and then maybe then you'll have your kind of bounce around and then your push higher, signaling that Bitcoin has reset. And we do see a nice uptick in our OBV, but we are still hitting another resistance zone right around here in our OBV. Let's say maybe right there. So this area of our OBV has been resistance the latter half of June, and until we can break above and hold above, I would not say we're anywhere near a trend change, a bullish trend change. We can be, but for now we just kind of have to level out for a while while everything tightens up here. Can go to a higher time frame. We'll go to the 6 hour to get a little more of a sense. Similarly, we are seeing the RSI curving around here after that nice candle we had yesterday. A little toppy here on the stock RSI, and then the overall chart on the 6 hour shows us something pretty similar, where we have the Bollingers widened from that move. When we break above the upper Bollinger, especially in a higher time frame, such as the 6 hours, this just shows you how overbought we were there. And clearly the price was going to come back into it, which it surely has. Tried to break through it again right there and got rejected again. So once again, the 6 hour is showing several more hours of some consolidation while our indicators tighten up. I want to talk about the weekly chart here, and I'm just going to erase everything. Okay, because the weekend's tomorrow, and what are we looking at here? We basically have the previous week, kind of an indecision doji there. We have a little wick at the bottom and the top. I'm just kind of clean this up slightly. Oops, do that. and we see our 55 EMA would now be strong resistance if we want to get back up. Notice how the 55 right now is right around $6,800. So that's kind of our achievable goal if the bulls want to kind of keep turning this price action a little higher. On the down, we see our 100-day EMA hovering around 5,000 even. This will keep rising slowly as we go into next week. So we're kind of trapped between these two EMAs here. And until we can either break through our 55 or basically find support at our 100, probably going to be in this zone here for a little bit as at least next week's start. And lastly, I want to pull up the monthly here because, listen, this is the month as June is almost over. We're about to start a brand new candle. What can we decipher from this ending candle here, even though we have, a little less than 24 hours left? Well, look at that. We found great support on the 21-day EMA. We found it right there. It bounced off about 57.40 area right there, found strong support, and boom, we were able basically to hold after 2 months, all of May and June here, of some pretty nasty red candles here. What will July look like? Wouldn't you like to know? So we're going to see how that plays out over the next month. So real quick here, just going back to the hourly here, we just see this kind of sideways price action here. Little shooting star here on the hourly here, tried to get a little FOMO happening here. We can clearly see that the volume has cooled off quite significantly, and you see that any bit of this pump here was quickly sold into because traders are realizing that we're still way overbought because of how wide our Bollingers are here on our hourly chart. So look for the day, some straightening, maybe a little down. The lower we go in our price, the quicker the Bollingers will tighten as well. And you see these EMAs racing to kind of come up to catch the price. So if the price were to fall a few candles, you're looking for these EMAs to basically find support, as well as we have our middle Bollinger, which is our purple line here, will also add some support. So right now we're looking at strong support. Also, where we had a little pause yesterday in our green candle, let's see right around 6,250 area, give or take. That's kind of where our really nice strong support zone is. It corresponds with these candles and some of our EMAs here. So keep an eye on this through the rest of the day. I don't expect much price action, much volatility, basically until we head in tomorrow, Sunday, and we're able to close out the weekly candle. The monthly candle ends today, and the weekly candle ends tomorrow. So that is your Bitcoin morning update. Please follow me on Twitter, and we will update you guys as we see fit. Hope you have a great Saturday. Stay safe out there. I'll talk to you guys soon.